Hello guys, welcome back. Now today, I'm going to be ranking my top 5 prospects from the Vancouver Canucks. The Vancouver Canucks have one of the most diverse prospect pools throughout the entire NHL, but which of those prospects make my top 5 rankings, and which Vancouver Canucks prospect do I think is the best of them all? Watch till the end to find out. Now you'll see from my top 5 that Vancouver has a very solid prospect pool. I wouldn't say it's top 10, but it is very close to being that. With guys like Elias Pettersson and Brock Besser obviously going up and graduating for the prospect pool, they still have a lot of superstar talent coming up that will make big impacts in the NHL someday. The first example of that big impact prospect starts at number 5, and starting into the top 5 for Vancouver, my 5th best Canucks prospect, I have Thatcher Demko. Goaltending prospect at age 23, 6'4", 192 pounds, American-born guy drafted 36 overall back in the 2014 NHL draft. And when it comes to Thatcher Demko, he's taken a long road to the NHL, as most goaltenders do, but he still has a lot of hype behind him, and for good reason. He had a little bit of an off year in the AHL last season, played some NHL games, but for the most part is the starter in Vancouver's future. Now, if you do Kakamis this past season, ended up playing 16 games, getting a 2.58 goals against average and a .911 save percentage. The year before that, he had a .920 save percentage in the AHL, so it was a little bit downward, but still relatively decent. Also played a few games in the NHL with the Canucks, playing 9 games, getting a 2.81 goals against average and a .913 save percentage. Also played a couple of games with Team USA in the World Championships, 2 games, 2.00 goals against average and a .920 save percentage. So if Thatcher Demko can get the momentum from the World Championships into the NHL next season, I think he can be very decent. And again, I think he'll be the backup at least for Vancouver. Probably around 30 games is what we should expect. This next season, I see Markstrom still being the starter in Vancouver, but I can see Demko taking that big next step. Again, if he's able to play 30, 40 games possibly, I think that's a huge success for Vancouver, and especially for Thatcher Demko to get his feet wet in the NHL. And that's seriously important, because these next couple years will be crucial for development when it comes to Demko. If he doesn't take that next step next year in the NHL, it might be a little bit too late. Obviously, goaltenders love to develop quite late. We saw that just recently with Jordan Binnington, but when it comes to Thatcher Demko, again, he has so much potential right now. He still is a great prospect and still one of the best goalie prospects in the NHL. Moving on to my 4th best Vancouver Canucks prospect, and at number 4, I have Jett, one of the best prospect names I think we've ever seen, and it's not even close really. Defensive prospect at age 18, 6 foot, 205 pounds, Canadian-born guy, drafted 37th overall by Vancouver back in the 2018 NHL draft, and I've always been a big fan of Jett, mostly because of his name, I will admit, but he's a very good prospect too, especially defensively and offensively. He took great strides in the WHL last season with Calgary and with Moose Jaw, but overall he's a fantastic prospect that will be a top 4 guy for Vancouver. Now, last season in the WHL, he ended up playing 62 games, getting 12 goals, 54 assists for 66 points. In the playoffs, he ended up playing 4 games, getting 1 assist for 1 point. And when it comes to Jett, again, the defensive side is what is really amazing with him. And that's the kind of defensive guy that Vancouver needs. It was an excellent pick in the 2nd round by Vancouver, and will pay off for them. A guy that is a shutdown guy, especially top 4-wise, can shut down first-line opponents, and also be pretty solid offensively. Again, having over a point per game in the WHL is a defense, but especially an 18-year-old one, is not bad at all. So he brings the offense and he brings the defense, and that's honestly what Vancouver needs. But I'll be rooting for Jett quite a bit. I'm gonna hope that he turns out to be something special, because if that name becomes a top 4 name in the NHL, I will be very happy. Again, his name is awesome, but he's also an awesome player and will be awesome for the Vancouver Canucks. And that's pretty awesome. Moving on to my 3rd best Vancouver Canucks prospect, and at number 3, I have Nils Hollander, a left-wing prospect at age 18, 5'9", 185 pounds, Swedish-born prospect, drafted 40th overall by Vancouver in the latest 2019 NHL draft. And when it comes to Nils Hollander, I'm just going to spill the facts. He should be a first-round prospect, and Vancouver got him at 40th overall, one of the biggest steals in the entire NHL draft. Well, this past season with Rogel of SHL, he ended up playing 50 games, getting 7 goals, 7 assists for 14 points. He also played a couple of playoff games, 2 in fact, got 0 points, but still looked decent. And when it comes to Nils Hollander, again, he's one of the most skilled guys in the entire NHL draft, one of the best hands in the 2019 NHL draft, and Vancouver was able to get him at 40th overall. Now, of course, there are some concerns about his physicality, his size. He is 5'9", so he's not a big guy, really. But when it comes to Hollander, he more than makes up for it. At 40th overall, that's a home run. When it came to my final 2019 NHL prospect rankings, I had Nils Höglander as the 16th best prospect in the draft, and getting that 40th overall is an absolute steal for Vancouver. Obviously, they have a big pedigree of developing Swedish-born prospects, and that's why I'm so excited for Nils Höglander, a guy that can fit so well on Vancouver and could be a top 6 player. For sure. Moving into the top 2, and for my second best Vancouver Canucks prospect, I have Vasili Podkolzin. He is a right-wing prospect at age 18, 6'1", 190 pounds, Russian-born guy, drafted 10th overall in the 2019 NHL draft. And when it comes to Vasili Podkolzin, he is an awesome fit for Vancouver, and if anybody's going to develop him right, it is the Canucks. Now, Podkolzin played in a variety of different leagues in his draft year, most notably the VHL, where he played 14 games, getting 2 goals, 3 assists for 5 points. In the MHL, he played 12 games, getting 6 goals, 2 assists for 8 points. In the playoffs, he played 3 games in the MHL with 3 points, 2 point per game, not bad. Also played in both the U18 and U20 World Juniors. In the U18 World Juniors, he played 7 games with Team Russia, getting 1 goal, 3 assists for 4 points. In the U20 World Juniors with Team Russia, played 7 games, getting 3 assists for 3 points, too. And when it comes to Podkolzin, again, the sample size was probably the biggest negligent on Vasili Podkolzin, but he has so much skill to choose from. And on Vancouver, if he can get in that system after the KHL, he will be a beast for them, and honestly, one of the most talented players in their system right now. Now, I'm personally not the biggest fan of Vasili Podkolzin, but again, I think it depended on the team that ended up drafting him on how good he would turn out. But for Vancouver, if there was any team that, again, can develop him into a first-line player, I think it is the Vancouver Canucks. They have such a great pedigree of developing guys like Swedish-born guys, also just Europeans in general. And Vasili Podkolzin can be that next guy. When it comes to Vancouver, again, they have a little bit of a need on that right wing, especially in the future. But Vasili Podkolzin can be a top 6 guy, and if he makes the NHL, develops right, he will be a scary player to watch, and also a very fun one to watch. Now, advancing into my number 1, in my opinion, the best prospect for these guys, the Vancouver Canucks, and at number 1, I have Quinn Hughes. Defensive prospect, age 19, 5'10", 170 pounds, American-born guy, drafted 7th overall back in the 2018 NHL draft. And when it comes to Quinn Hughes, yes, Podkolzin is good, yes, Nils Höglander is good, the rest of the prospect pool is pretty good, but Quinn Hughes is on a different level of elite, and one of the best prospects throughout the NHL. Now, with Michigan in the NCAA this season, Quinn Hughes ended up playing 32 games, getting 5 goals, 28 assists for 33 points. Also playing the U20 World Juniors with Team USA, playing 7 games, getting 2 assists for 2 points. Played in the World Championships with Team USA also. 8 games played, 3 assists for 3 points at that time. And also at the end of the season, played with the Vancouver Canucks for 5 games and getting 3 assists on his marker, which is very solid. When it comes to Quinn Hughes, he should be a Calder candidate next season. That's how good he is. And he'll get a lot of playing time on that defense. The Vancouver defense is not that good. Quinn Hughes should sparkle on that defense. And the games he did play, especially his first game, he was absolutely magnificent and showed how good he can be at the NHL level. But Quinn Hughes is the prototype for that next type of NHL defenseman. No longer are the premier defensemen these defensive guys that play hard minutes and are physical. The premier defensive guys in the NHL are guys like Quinn Hughes, guys that can skate, guys that have so much offensive ability. And that's what Quinn Hughes uses to his tee and uses to his advantage every single game. We saw that when Vancouver, in the limited minutes that he did end up playing, he will be a beast for Vancouver and one of the best defensemen in the NHL in just a short couple of years. Even outside of that top 5, the Vancouver Canucks have a lot of different prospects that are pretty solid. Some other notable guys include Adam Gaudette, Olli Levy, Michael DiPietro, Tyler Madden, Cole Lind, Ethan Keppen, Jack Rathbone, Jack Malone, Petrus Palmu, William Lockwood. There's quite a few to go around when it comes to Vancouver. They got the defense, they got the goaltending, they got the offense. It's a very good all-around prospect pool with a lot of different diversity, and that's what makes Vancouver's prospect pool so unique, is that they have the star-end guys, but they also have a lot of decent depth guys that will be NHL players in the future. Now, just like I did in the Montreal Canadiens prospect pool video, I will go and grade them offense, defense, and goaltending from A+ all the way down to F. And first, starting with offense, I give them an A-. With guys like Vasili Podkolzin and Nils Höglander, those guys are awesome. And Vancouver, I think they could use a little bit more depth offensively when it comes to pure offensive skill, but I think Vancouver is pretty set right now. Obviously, you still got guys like Elias Pettersson on the NHL club, but the future is bright for them offensively. When it comes to defense, I gave them a A-, a team that has guys like Quinn Hughes, Jett, Olli Levy still waiting to go into the NHL. They have a pretty solid prospect pool in that right, and Quinn Hughes obviously boosts up quite a bit. And last but not least, goaltending, and I gave Vancouver an A straight up. And having guys like Thatcher Demko and Michael DiPietro in the same prospect pool lifts them up to that great status. Those two guys I don't think are elite NHL goaltending prospects, but very, very good ones. And having both of those guys ain't bad. But of course, with this video, I need to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments down below. So, let me know, what do you think about my top 5 Vancouver Canucks prospects? What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Let me know down in the comments. And of course, the question to you, who do you think is the best Vancouver prospect? And what are your rankings too? But, if you guys want some more Grav videos just like this one, you can click on this card right here to watch my top 5 Montreal Canadiens prospects as of right now. But that'll be it for today, guys. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Again, comment down below your thoughts on my top 5 Vancouver Canucks prospects and who you would have in your rankings. And I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Goodbye.